we're looking for justice. We want to be treated fairly. And we want to know that if, God forbid, something happens to somebody in our family, that the law is going to look at that the same way they would look at it if it was a white person and say it was wrong and we're going to hold someone accountable.
You know, it reminds me though when great Martin Luther King Jr., along with his friend Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, had discussions about the Birmingham letter that he wrote from jail. He said one of the major responses was, "Brother Martin, why are you such a vicious bigot? Because you're creating all this trouble." And you say, oof, what moral blindness in that regard? What moral blindness in that regard? Now it is true that there have been racial hustlers, because every group and every community has a history of gangsters and hustlers. So I don't really mind people throwing that out, because I know sometimes it applies. But you look inside your heart, I look inside my heart, I look inside of yours, you look inside of mine, and we say we own a love train. We own a train that's trying to tell the truth and make sure everybody is treated fairly and justly. Crack a smile and keep moving. That's it. That's it, brother. That's it. But we got to go.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
All right. Well, overall, we'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for your courage and integrity and for being here today. It's an honor. Thank you.
It's a blessing.
Now, when you ask, how in the world does a 68-year-old veteran Marine get killed in his home when there's not a criminal complaint, when the only thing that happens is that he mistakenly hits his life aid button? How does he end up getting killed? Well, he ends up getting killed because we have a culture where our elected officials do not want to look at police misconduct. They want the vote, they want the police unions to support them when they run for re-election. That's right. So when an officer is captured, even on camera, shooting a man on a train platform when he's handcuffed, it's difficult to get anything to happen. When you have on camera a woman lifted off the ground and slammed down on her face because she's concerned about her niece, it's difficult to get anything to happen. When you have on camera white women standing behind a barricade, protesting peacefully as part of the Occupy Wall Street and getting sprayed with pepper spray by lieutenants and captains of the NYPD for doing nothing. And the people who are trying to film that on their iPhones have the phone taken from them and get...
White Plains Police Department. Will you join me in welcoming Brother Kenneth Chamberlain Jr.?
That I was not going to get teary-eyed or emotional today. Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, friends and enemies. That was the same opening that Malcolm X used in 1965. The same evening that his home was firebombed in East Elmhurst, New York. Okay. So, if God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, well then allow me to introduce myself. My name is General Kenneth Chamberlain Jr. And together we will fight for accountability, we will fight for justice, and we will be the voices for those who have no voice. We have to understand we do have the power. We do have it. Dr. Martin Luther King said an American institution cannot be expected to function without pressure.
That's right.
And he also said the time comes when silence is betrayal. But I say silence is a coward's option. And there's no option for mine. So there will be justice for Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. Thank you.
Because there's always significant slices of integrity, decency, and honesty in a variety of different communities. Just as we are reminded, even in our blessed black community, we've got a history of black folk being afraid.
That's right.
That's how you niggerize people. Make sure they're so afraid and intimidated and think so lowly of themselves that they think that the value of their life for other folk who look like them don't have high significance. So you're walking around and scratching when it don't itch and laughing when it ain't funny. And putting on the mask just in order to gain access to the mainstream. So your whole conception of success is being adjusted to injustice. Oh. What do they have inside of their souls? Do they have courage? Do they tell the truth? Or are they just trying to get over by any means? That's not what Malcolm X had in mind. Get over by any means necessary. No, he meant, are you loving folk enough to bear the cost? Are you telling the truth enough so that you can bear a burden?
That's right.
That's what we're losing. That's why younger generation is so very important to be in the house.
That's right.
We want to let y'all know, regardless of what you see on television, that there's still some old school folk who are fundamentally focused on you and concerned about you and making sure that you are protected to the best of our ability to do it on ourselves. That's the protection with the young folk. My dear brother Barack Obama, when he gave that powerful speech in Boston, he said, America is a magical place. And I turned to my partner and I said, this brother's going to have a Christopher Columbus experience. Of America. There's nothing magical about America. America is free and democratic to the degree to which people through blood, sweat, and tears have tried to keep it free and democratic. And it can easily become thoroughly unfree, anti-democratic, if people get cowardly, complacent, or complicit to a status quo.
Come on.
Nothing magical about that at all. That's hard work. That's labor. That's learning to think for yourself. This place. White Plains, something is happening here. Let's keep this love train going. Brother Kenneth, we thank you. Magnificent lawyers, we thank you. Brother Randolph, your blessed son there at Columbia University, he's on the same love train, great as he can be. That's how we got it from the beginning. You think you can make it? Yeah. You think you can make a job right now?
Yes, sir.
You think you can keep this love train going and expand it?
Yeah.
And tell the truth? Oh, we didn't come in vain. We didn't come in vain. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.